What else? 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 Okay. Oh yeah. Okay. So here we'll switch into a bit of a more serious thing, just because I'm just talking about a bunch because I don't know how long it's going to be until we have another Just Chatting stream and everything. So a bit of a serious one. Okay. Bit of a serious one. So just, you know, put on your I'm going to actually think about this thing. Okay. Basically there's been a problem for a while, which I've seen just like pop up again and again, which has just been it's very disheartening to see, because a lot of the ways that I get sort of like information on what's going on within like a lot of the community and everything is through people telling me, right? Is through like people like telling me and everything. And from what I've seen, the common thing that like sort of pops up a lot, and what really sucks is whenever someone has like a different like opinion of something that I do, or like what I stream with, or just like whatever, a lot of people take that as an opportunity to then attack that person. And it really sucks to see that, right? Like it really sucks to see that, because one, I am not affected by like people saying, oh, I thought that this was bad, or I think that just I am bad in general. Like people can say that, and that doesn't affect me. That doesn't affect me, right? But then people see that, right, and they think, and it is a lot of the, I would assume a lot of the less like mature people and everything, they think, oh yeah, now I have to go ahead and just like completely attack this person, either based on race or based on like sexual orientation, identity, and everything. And it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. You know, like in no circumstances should that ever be a thing, right? In no circumstances should that ever be a thing, because it's just like, it doesn't affect me as much as you guys think it does. What does affect people is seeing something that is said that is just straight up racist, right? And then thinking that that's okay simply because all they said was like, oh, I don't like this, like, I don't like this thing, I don't like this like person or something, right? Like you shouldn't do that, because that's just like, it shouldn't even be a fact of it just like, oh, it makes me sad to see. That shouldn't be the reason. You just shouldn't be like just awful people. Just doing that is awful. And hopefully this will be the last time that I'm going to have to sort of like talk about it, even though if stuff pops up, I probably will. But I'm sorry, I'm just like trying to get my thoughts all in a row. But it's ridiculous from what I've seen. You know? So if you see someone that, you know, like that says something that you don't agree with, that you don't like, right? What you do is you either just scroll. If you keep on seeing it, you can move on. And if you keep on seeing it, you can either mute, you can block, you can curate it, right? Instead of, you know, either just like being racist towards someone. That's just not what you do, right? And it's ridiculous. I hate to keep on using like the same words again and again, but like there's not much really more I can say about that. And it's really disheartening, you know, because I can't, especially with how I'm going to be sort of like gone over the next like couple of months and everything. Like I'm not going to be able to like call it out as it happens. It is up to people in the community to get to find the people who are doing that and to say, hey, like not even just say, but just like call it out, right? Because it's not, it shouldn't take me. That's the thing. It shouldn't take just me. It should take, the community, right? It shouldn't take just me, because if it takes just me for you guys to stop doing that, then you're just not a good person. That's just not something that you want to do. And I honestly do not want you in the community to begin with, right? If it takes me to get you guys to realize, hey, maybe I shouldn't do this type of stuff, So just chill. Let's just keep within ourselves. Like you don't gotta just like randomly attack, and you don't gotta just like get into random like arguments for no reason that just escalate into something awful. Let's just stay within ourselves, and we'll be able to just, it's a lot more fun that way than just getting like yes, internet arguments may seem like they give you any type of satisfaction, but like a good 90% of the time they aren't going to lead to anything. And all it's going to do is just kind of, especially if you do awful stuff, right? If you harass them, right? All that's going to do is just kind of make you realize oh, maybe I'm not a good person because of that, right? It's a waste of energy to just randomly argue, So yeah, I don't know. I know my wording has probably been absolutely terrible. Yeah. It's just, I don't know. There's not much that I can really more say. I don't think. Because it's a hard thing to talk about as well. It's a hard subject to address, because a lot of people will see it, and then they will get the idea in their head, and then they'll go out and just do it simply because they just either don't like me or something else, or they just think that's okay. And that's why it's so hard to do and everything. But that is why when someone in the community does that, you guys can't just brush it off, right? Because then what it does is it gives the community just a bad reputation, which I don't want, which you don't want, I would hope. So yeah. Oh my god, I did. Yeah At the end of the day, things, it's been since day one. All right, these have been said since day one, or not necessarily said, as I know I've had an issue with, but just don't be racist. Don't do racist things. Don't be discriminatory. Don't harass people because of any reason. Okay? I'm very certain that a good amount of you know that already, but also you have to remember to not let that slide when you see it. All right? Just do that, all right? Just make sure. All right? For it, please. There's nothing really more I can say besides that. Thank you for the 50 tier ones as well. It's weird to think that, but yeah. So thank you. Thank you guys for listening to all of that. And remember to not just brush it off, to, do something about it, Because I'm not going to be able to talk about stuff every single time it pops up, and I shouldn't have to. It should be also the community being like, hey, don't do that. And I'm very, very sorry to anyone that has been affected by that, because it's ridiculous. I've used the word ridiculous way too much. I'm sorry. All right.